Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. And the group stages in the IPL are finally finished. Two games at one time. This is the first time it happened in IPL history, I think. Both games simultaneously going on. The Royal Challengers Bangalore, what a game. Last ball, six required. Avesh Khan bowled a wide, and then five required. And after that, KS Bharat pumps it over long on for six. Unbelievable scenes there. Javed Miandad, Dinesh Karthik, whatever you remember in the past. And now Bharat has created history. It was a brilliant shot to finish it off, and a lot of confidence for RCB going into that playoffs. Delhi would be disappointed because they had the game in the bag in the last couple of balls. Avesh Khan, I thought he bowled really well except for those last two deliveries. You cannot bowl extras when the game is so tight. Should have been more disciplined. He bowled a wide and then he got hit for six. Either way, it was a good game. There will be some confidence for RCB definitely because this was a full strength Delhi side, especially in terms of bowling. Nokia, Rabada, Avesh Khan, they all bowled. So for RCB to finish it off like that. It'll give them a lot of confidence, and that number three slot has been an issue for them. They tried Dan Christian there, but Srikar Bharat back in that position, and he owned it completely. 78 or 52 deliveries, three fours, four sixes, and that last shot, it'll give him a lot of confidence to finish off the game, win the game for his team, and it'll give RCB confidence that now they have Maxwell, who's in sublime form. This was his 450 or no 650 in the season. He's been in unbelievable form for RCB, and now with him there's Srikar Bharat as well. So that will really give RCB a lot of confidence going into the playoffs. Virat Kohli and Padikkal not performing. AB de Villiers a run about 26, trying to get into that form. He's not in that rhythm right now. Lack of cricket has been an issue for him. But, in the playoffs, one game and he can turn it around. He is a wonderful player. But yeah, I think it was the Srikar Bharat who really, really give him a lot of confidence. It was excellent innings, well timed. And Maxwell, it was very difficult to describe him. 51 of 33 balls, running out of adjectives. He plays the switch hit. He can play, down the ground. He has all the shots in the book. So on these pitches, to perform like that, it'll not only help him now, but also in the World Cup as well. Delhi were poor in the field, dropped a few catches, dropped Maxwell as well, I think, a couple times. So that will be hurting them. They will have to be much more disciplined in the playoffs. I felt that they slacked a bit in this game. They could have won this game. They have a solid team. They did take it to the last ball, but when you're in that position, when you're in a position where you're putting the opposition team under pressure, you have to take your catches. You have to cut down the extras, and I felt there was a lack of discipline there. In the first innings, if you see, again, Delhi started off really well. Prithvi Shaw, Shikhar Dhawan, as always this season, they've set the platform. Really good opening partnership again, putting on 88. But then things slowed down after that. Rishabh Pant, Iyer, Hetmeyer just couldn't get going. Hetmeyer couldn't find that finish that he did in the last game. So that is a worry with no Stoinis there. That is kind of a worry for Delhi. I think that is their weak side. Of course, today they didn't field or bowl particularly well, but I still felt, their bowlers can win you games. They will win you games, and they could have won this game as well. But with the batting, I was a bit more disappointed. I felt that they could have contributed more from that side of things. But yeah, for RCB, Siraj, I think, bowled wonderfully well. 4 overs, 25 runs, 2 wickets. He hasn't picked up that many wickets in this season, but today he did pick up a couple of wickets, and his economy has always been fantastic. He bowls a very disciplined line in length, and he was well backed up by George Garton. Then the rest of the bowlers, Chahal, Harshal Patel, Dan Christian also picking up wickets. So credit to the RCB bowlers there to peg at Delhi back. They could have easily got another 15, 20 runs, and that would have been a difficult chase there. But yeah, credit to RCB. A lot of confidence now going into that eliminator. They will be playing against KKR. It's going to be a fun matchup. Delhi will take on Chennai. That's also a blockbuster game. Both, the top two teams this season who have been done consistently well. They didn't end off in the right notes, both teams, but that could be a bit of fatigue, a bit of not laziness, but they might have taken it a bit easy. But now with the playoffs back in, they will be desperate to go and. Provide some fireworks, and these are big match players, so definitely they will show up. If you look at the other game, the Mumbai Indians piling up 230. At one stage, it looked like they might get 300. The way Ishan Kishan started, unbelievable batting. He smashed it to all parks. It was like every ball was going for a boundary. It was like you're playing stick cricket or something. Yeah, it was a fantastic knock from him. But like it was an unrealistic target to win by 170 runs. As even though like he scored 84 of 32 balls, a strike rate of 262, 300 was on the cards. But it's difficult to sustain that, right, over a period of time. They tried their best. They had that intent, but you can't blame them in this game. They have to look at their past games where the middle order did not perform. Even Ishan Kishan didn't have this form earlier. Surya Kumar came to the party, 82 of 40 balls. So these two players did not perform all season. Very inconsistent, but today they did perform. So hats off today. They were outstanding. But if you just look at the overall season, Mumbai Indians just weren't themselves. Yeah, it's a team that you can't underestimate. They just had a terrible season. Despite that, they almost qualified. You know what I mean? So they'll have to go back to the drawing board and try to see for next year in the next auction who they can retain. They'll have to back their players. I like the way how they got Ishan Kishan back. They dropped him for a couple of games. Probably let him be with his try to work on his mistakes. They brought him back and backed him. They dropped Quinton de Kock, who didn't do much wrong, I felt, but they backed the youngster, and that's what this franchise does. They back their youngsters, and even if they're not performing, Hardik Pandya, Kunal Pandya, Pollard, also their form is a bit of a worry, and hopefully they can improve that. But Surya Kumar's form will really be good. But right now, it won't make a difference for Mumbai, but for India, it will be good. Yeah, the bowlers have been really good all season. I think there's a very good pitch to bat on. The Sunrisers also got off to a flyer. Abhishek Sharma, Jason Roy batted really well. Manish Pandey contributed in the middle overs, but he just could not get that strike rate up there. 168, but you need a 200 strike rate in this, and he didn't get support from the likes of Nabi, Abdul Samad, or even Jason Holder. So it was a tough ask. I think Sunrisers gave a few too many runs, and that was going to happen. It was a good wicket, and Mumbai were extra aggressive. If this was another game, they probably wouldn't have gone that hard, especially in the first few overs. But that allowed them to get to 230. That Ishan Kishan innings just completely set the platform for them. And if you look at the match by itself, isolated, like it was always going to be out of Sunrisers' reach, but they just needed to get 60 runs for KKR to qualify. So, SRH will be a bit disappointed with their bowling. Everyone was expensive. It was a good learning curve for the young Umran Malik. I felt that he was expensive today, but he's going to learn. He has that pace. He has a lot of talent, and these kind of games was a very good learning curve for youngsters. And hopefully, he can learn from this and improve his game and see where he can. What he can work on, basically. Abhishek Sharma was fantastic. I felt Manish Pandey's captaincy was good. It was really good, especially in the field placement of that Pollard wicket where he kept it straight down the middle, and that's where the catch went. And bringing in Abhishek Sharma itself was a good change. So I think the captaincy was decent, but the bowlers were just a bit too expensive. Mr. Lines and Lens, Rashid Khan, another expensive game for him. Last couple of games have been expensive, but otherwise it's been a really good season for him. What's so nice is that, clicking as a team, they've had individual performances in games all throughout the season, but it's like, everyone clicking together. I think only in the last game they did that with the ball. And again, it's been a disappointing season for them. New auction coming up, probably will have a new strategy, but there's a few youngsters there that I would back, especially Umran Malik, Abdul Samad, Rashid Khan, of course, and let's see, Abhishek Sharma, Priyam Garg has some talent as well, so quite a bit of talent. So there is youngsters that you can back over there. Let's see what they do in the auction. But it's a season to forget for them. Even for Mumbai Indians, they finish off strong, but they're a championship team. They would rather, finish off like in the top 2 or top 4. Not making the playoffs will hurt them, but you always have next season. There's still a really good team, and that this auction will be very interesting. But I think that wraps it up. It was a great day of cricket, a lot of entertainment. Now we have a break on Saturday, and then we'll come back for the Sunday game, the qualifier between Chennai Super Kings and the Delhi Capitals, followed by the next day RCB versus KKR. So we'll get you the preview hopefully tomorrow, and until then, enjoy the day, enjoy tomorrow. It's a good break, and hopefully we get to see some close games in the qualifiers and the playoffs. But thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel.